Good morning, everyone. Welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Dimensions. I'm MaryAnne. I actually had to untangle my wire and cord, which is kind of funny because I have a beautiful new microphone I haven't set up yet that I hook into my phone. Now I realize new moon in Cancer today, for all of us to do that type of thing and start these beginnings and see how much better life can be, right? But I digress. Welcome to my channel and welcome to your daily sun sign love connection readings for today. Today is July 9th. And yes, in fact, we have a beautiful new moon in Cancer. The sun is in Cancer. Happy birthday, all Cancers. Water, heart, emotions, love, creativity, fulfillment, all the beautiful aspects that this particular element of water provides for us. We all get to feel this. It's the most wonderful thing. You know, we all have these special, unique traits. We're similar in a lot of ways. We are human. We are spirits in a human body, right? But we have these particular traits that astrology tends to bring out. And so I like to discuss that a little bit, while at the same time picking the featured sign of the day. But prior to that, I'm going to be lighting the new moon intentions candle, because this is a powerful one. It actually does not become new until around 9:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then it goes and changes and becomes new in, I believe, the UK tomorrow and so forth. It's like 8 or 9 hours away. But today's featured sign is Scorpio. How fitting to have Scorpio, the water sign, the fellow water sign, the most, I would say the deepest of the water signs, the most intense and passionate in a way, you know. I mean, I feel like the passionate part might be equal as far as all of the water elements being Cancers, Pisces, and Scorpio, but the depth and the intensity that comes with the Scorpio is really beautiful and mysterious and alluring, and it's really based on their raw emotion. You know, they see and feel everything in their life through their emotions. They're reactive because of that. It's just, they bounce off of, you know, the energies, and it's constantly what they are fine-tuning and becoming more aware of and in depth, because as a Scorpio, you are ruled by Pluto, Scorpio, so you do have that intensity about wanting to really go deep. And Pluto is the planet of you know, death and birth and disease and you know, the hard, shadowy parts of ourselves and life that's not comfortable, but is so much a part of life, right? There's the good and the bad, the yin and the yang, the light and the dark. And that brings me to the fact that I always pick a highlighted connection. As you know, those have been watching me, thank you for coming back and supporting my channel. It's a smaller channel, hopefully it'll grow. I'll be here either way. But interestingly enough, I did get a request today from one of my viewers, and she asked, or he asked, I'm not sure, I think it's a she, I do believe it is a she, that I would read the highlighted connection as Taurus today. And I thought, well, this will be the third highlighted Taurus reading in the month so far, and we're doing the first half of the month. But that's okay, because there's a reason for everything. And Spirit, I usually do it right in front of you, and yet Spirit works in all different ways. And for example, this candle isn't burning. How interesting, because we're right where the beautiful amethyst, I see what's happening. That's okay. I digress. I'm going to be reading the highlighted connection of Taurus with the request of this beautiful viewer. And of course, I'll do that for you. And not only that, I was just speaking of the polarities and the oppositions of life. That's what you have. You as a Scorpio and Taurus are complete polarities, right? Polar opposites. You can see it right here on my zodiac wheel. Every single sign in the zodiac has a polar opposite. So here you are, Scorpio, and here's Taurus, right? So what I'm trying to say is that you always have this connection, right? There is this energy with you, in between you. Now, like it would make sense in any other circumstance, Opposites can have great opposition. And at the same time, opposites can be so attractive to each other. And this is no exception. Now, you have so many beautiful similarities. And I believe with this particular, polar opposition coupling that I see so many times, by the way, it really works in your favor because you are a water sign, as I mentioned, full of emotion, full of sensitivity, and very intellectual at the same time, very capable of reading people's minds and auras and energies, okay? Very fascinated by the mind, very interested in bettering yourself. Anything you put your mind and whole heart and soul into, it will be achieved. For example, asking me if I would read specifically for Taurus as a highlighted. You put it out there, and guess what happened? You got your wish. That's how it works. That's when you put things out, you get them back. And so that's number one. The fact that you're a fixed sign, which also Taurus is a really important aspect of this. Now, when you have one sign and another sign, or one person and one person in a relationship being fixed, you always want to work on it being fixed in the same area. Is that always possible? Of course not. But when it is absolutely rooted in the deepest form of connection and longevity. And then you have the fact that there's Taurus, you're highlighted as the earth element, and you as the water. An incredibly beautiful, harmonious, and complementary set of energies and elements. Because when you think about it in nature, it's all based on nature and life and, source. You've got ground that can be sturdy and steadfast, as the beautiful Tauran is. Very, very reliable, resourceful, capable, wanting to protect and preserve and, just give it their all. Hardworking, very, very determined, very, very focused, and actually known as the money sign. So they're known to great masses of wealth when they decide to focus themselves in that way. Ruled by Venus, which is all about beauty and aesthetics and luxury and the senses, very in tune with their senses, which is where I also feel there's a great sense of compatibility with you, Scorpio, because you're all about the senses. That's huge. And I do mean physical as well. Incredibly great physical chemistry can be found with these two. And also, I want to say that there's this incredible desire to hold on to things with Taurus. They don't like changes, then they don't want to be, fickle. They may be slower in movement and maybe achieving things than the next sign or next element, but they are very, very, like I said, persistent, and it's a long-term kind of investment, and it reaps its benefits, let me tell you. So that's intriguing to you, and you as a water sign, Scorpio, have a tendency to be a possessive kind of an energy. This can be good when put on the right element of balance, right, in anything in our lives. So you have this desire to hold on to this love, this friend, this relationship, this job, this thought, this opportunity with everything you are, okay? And until you decide not to. So there's that very similar foundational kind of long-term, let's make it last. We have this passion. We could work together as a team. And I don't know about you, but I have found in my relationships that the times that are more difficult and the struggles and the challenges in getting to know each other and evolving together and emerging as a couple or unit, or a connection, it's those times when you get through the times that are difficult that make you only stronger. And I remember loving that so much. It's like, wow, we got through that. We can get through anything, right? Until the next situation. But I feel overall this is a beautiful, and like I said, a continuously seen combination. So when you get past the not wanting to necessarily be right, but be love, you've got it all. And the best part about all of this and the reading today is the fact that you have the new moon in a water sign, which is all about love, all about beginnings, all about transforming and changing maybe your perspectives and thoughts. We have the Cancer, of course, Sun and Moon, I said. We have Pisces. We've got Jupiter in Pisces till the end of the month. There was a little bit of a preview from May 13th till July 28th. With your fellow water sign Pisces, all about intuition and spirituality and intuitive depth, and just really feeling so in tune right now. And you're getting these incredible maybe dreams and prophetic kind of dreams, and you're healing situations, and you're willing to work towards things and improve and to just continue. I think it's more about an outward wanting to help, as Pisces do, the sacrificing, the selflessness, all the while being internalizing and intuitive inside of yourself. It's a powerful time. It's a magical time. And beautiful gifts come from that. So I would imagine all of us, and especially you, Scorpios, are feeling a great sense of empowerment in your love and your endless possibilities of what you can do. So let's see, as I always do, what the three major category messages have to say. I finish it with the rune, which kind of just culminates this reading. And then also I go on to read the oracles that I have for the month. And I've changed them from the end of last month to the beginning of this month. And yeah, so the first category is always the overall energy bringing you to this month's reading. And like I said, I have actually goosebumps in my legs because I'm feeling some very strong energies, and I feel like it's, well, I'm just an optimistic person, I'm going to be honest. So I feel the optimism there. I'm not sure, of course, what'll come through, but the messages are there to always bring you love and insightfulness, and hopefully just great amounts of joy and, I don't know, faith and hope in what can be, you know, what you can create in your life. And know that we all can, and we do at all times. We just want to maybe focus, which you can do so well, on what that is. I am using this month the beautiful, bold, but incredibly artistic and detail in the illustrations, the Queen of Taurus. So there we have again the influence of the femininity side of us, because we're both feminine and masculine duality. So it's, you know, it's got huge, powerful influence about being more receptive. Once again, that watery kind of feminine energy that's surrounding us now, and bringing us a lot of love and emotional fulfillment. So the first card for you today is right here. You know what? It was upside down and it was kind of strange, so I'm going to actually not do that. It's the King of Swords, but it's okay. I'm going to shuffle one more time for the first card, overall energy. And you have the Nine of Wands. Okay. So it went from the King of Swords, which is, you know, it was upside down, and I won't talk about it because it kind of popped out and it wasn't like a popper like normal. Nine of Wands. So a lot of responsibilities, a lot of fiery energy. Guess what? We have Venus and Mars, you know, the fiery planet, the warrior planet, actually was originally your ruling planet, Scorpio, which is now Pluto. So you still have that in you. You have that fiery as a water sign. You can boil, you can be intense, as I said, but it also gives you that initiative and that spirit to really get things moving. It appears as though you've had a lot to do, a lot of ideas, a lot of inspirations. The 9 is the completion. It's just one more from the 10. And when the 10 happens, that is that idea. You've got the sun coming up, which to me absolutely represents the image and the energies of Leo. Once again, the fire sign, the sun-ruled sign, the courage in us, the momentum we need. We're entering into Leo season, starting on July 21st, 22nd, and running for a month. So this is going to be strongly conducive to our energies and bringing forth, you know, that power that we really want and that we need to instigate the next step in whatever, our relationship, our ability to build upon and grow and facilitate the dreams and inspirations we have. And together, you know, this unity is hugely important, which is what, you know, a lot of the influence of certainly Mars in Leo, but Venus, that's love and passion. I mean, the most passion comes, besides you as a water sign, from Leo. And anything that we really want done to the best of our ability absolutely involves passion. That's what brings it forth. That's that secret sauce. That's the, you know, the law of attraction. You can think it and feel it and all that. Feeling it actually emotionally brings it forward. You've got this down, Scorpio. You do this all the time. You created me having this reading for you specifically today. So yeah, have no fear. All I would say in regards to this overall energy of that is it's a lot. And it's about just kind of making sure you're keeping that balance the best you can. Keeping your temperament in a, you know, a place that feels calming and loving with this influence all around you. I feel like it's catered to that. And knowing that you're around the corner, it's just around the corner from something, okay? Not giving up, and I don't think you do. I've not known Scorpios who give up. I truly haven't. They just keep reinventing and redoing and just keep trucking along, okay? So that's inspiring to me, and it does have a lot to do with you being in tune with the energies. Look what I just noticed, though. There's the new moon. So something that you're writing down, your initiative right now with this powerful new moon in your fellow water sign is absolutely about to just blow out of the water. It's like it's time, okay? And if it's romance, it's time. And if it's been put off for a long time for so many reasons, it's time. You just hang in there. It's right around the corner. And this new moon will definitely last throughout the rest of the month and maybe even into August. You know, it has a lot of strong potential for it. So yeah, fired up, spirited, and ready for action. And then you have the second category, which is the possible blessings or obstacles, right? And this always is, I always say, a narrative. So it starts with this incredible, you know, fired up energy, almost you making sure you're taking care of your body and your soul and everything, and you're not overdoing it always, because it's a lot of passion going on there. And then the second category is, like I said, overall energy of possible blessings or obstacles. And this is so perfect. So you have the major arcana, the Temperance. That's Sagittarius. That's the other fire sign. That was the full lunar eclipse on May 26th in Sagittarius. That was all about truth seeking. And you know what? You really resonate with that sort of thing. You seek the truth. You will dig deep and get to the nitty gritty of things. And the truth will be revealed with you because you will have nothing else but that. And that's where you come from. That's the place that you come from. So you truly resonate with that kind of energy. And you're all about it. And it's so beautiful. And it's, once again, the alchemy we can do, changing water to wine sort of thing. So as above, so below, in the skies and, you know, spirit world on earth. And earth being the Taurus, you know, that grounded part of you that you know, and that's that special connection that helps you really culminate it and keep it permanent. Words are a little tough right now, but I love it. I'm excited, and it's about being moderate and temperate in anything you do. And this would be in the physical and spiritual realm, but, you know, making sure if you're partying and having, you know, a great time, going away together, being out in nature, camping, you know, you like your alone time. You'd like to be together and just kind of really embrace that, especially right now. I can sense that strongly. Keeping it moderate, making sure that you're on even keel, right? And having those beautiful discussions that open your heart and make you realize that it's up to you. Where do you want to go with it? You know, what do you want to do with this beautiful Nine of Wands with inspirations and ideas just continually coming? That's gorgeous. And so the final category is, of course, finances. Now, this is important because when you have relationships of all different types, you know, it doesn't have to be romantic. It's about building that bond together in that way. It's a very important aspect. Together you can, you know, power in numbers sort of thing. But if it's just you individually, it's about your specific energies having to do with it, how you feel about it, you know, what you're aspiring to. Is it wealth and money and, you know, the tangible physical things that, you know, is so important to Taurus? You know, there's all about practicality, and they work hard and they toil and they want to make sure that they see these results, and that's what they do it for as well. And they want to share that, and they want to live in stability and comforts and all the beautiful things that the material world provides for us. And so you have the King of Wands, man. So you had the King of Swords that I didn't read, which is fine, but there's a lot of maturity and just fired up energy of capability, you know, creativity. Here's the fire of Leo again, Sagittarius or Aries. So the male dominant, you know, masculine energy, which is what you are as well, Scorpio, is just very, very clear. And you feel extremely powerful in regards to how you make your money, how the two of you can combine this and build upon that. It's just, it's the natural card that has to do with accomplishment, achievement, you know, physical and mental all put together. There's the absolute maturity in your abilities, and you are successful. And the sky's the limit, quite frankly. So, I mean, you've gone from the 9 to the King. You surpass the 10, which started the new cycle. 1 and 0 goes back around to the 1 again, right? Drop the 0, go back to the 1. New beginnings, new moon, new intentions, transformation, you know, incredible, incredible, powerful strength and creativity. So beautiful, intricate card as well. And if it's not this particular combination, there's some way and somehow the elements of fire, as I mentioned, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, that are definitely conducive. Maybe it's an institution, you know, a lot of times the Aries is about the Emperor, and it represents, you know, authority. So you're reaching out, or you're being spoken to by some kind of institution that has been keeping you on hold with the Mercury retrograde. That is no longer in retrograde, thank heaven. This new moon can bring in so much, because there isn't that, you know, mind stopping and delays that the Mercury shenanigans tends to bring in our lives, right? So this is powerful, beautiful initiatives and, you know, long-term standing, mature energy for you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful messages. And like I said, in any time of our lives, we want to keep temperance there. It's just vital to your well-being. And so I'm going to end with this rune for this particular highlighted connection. And today we have the beautiful rune of the X. Don't know exactly what it means, but I'm memorizing them little by little. I put this on the second category of possible blessings or obstacles. And once again, it's temperance. And that is a major arcana. So there's a lot of very important influences having to do with your moderation and keeping the balance. So for you, I don't remember reading the X recently. What is that? Okay, so what it is Gibo, number 7. Now 7 is an interesting number. I grew up thinking 7, lucky 7, you know, and all that. And it's true in a lot of ways, because what 7 also represents is working through difficulties and the challenges. So when you do that and you put forth that effort, which you've never been afraid to do, Scorpio, nor has Taurus, and so you build upon your strengths, the Leo influence, once again, the swords, the wands, the fire, the determination, the physicality, the spirited part of you, in addition to the watery elements of, you know, creativity and manifestation, which is very heightened in your sign. And you've got all sorts of possibilities here. So 7 represents moving through our changes and our challenges and our difficulties that we a lot of times bring on. We have fears that were self-induced, right? We push past that. So what does it say specifically, though, for you? Because there's a few messages here. I like to see how it lines up really well and synchronistic with the actual reading itself. So what it says is, it is the word divino, and to me, I've not seen that before. Divine, you know, divine intervention, divine spirituality that comes from within. It's already there for us. It's there since we entered into this body, right? It's always been a part of us. It's eternal. So that's the word associated. Now, the time frame is between September 28th and, that's so beautiful, September 28th and October 13th. So that's Libra, and that's about balance. That is temperance, and catering to that, and recognizing internally and externally what to do to keep that balance. Because when you're in balance, everything works out well. The universe is always in balance. We can cater to and adhere to those balances when we listen and go with the cycles and the absolute, you know, aspects of the watery element that are happening now. I mean, Cancer's ruled by the moon is all about our cycles, and they happen every month. But the new entitles us and allows us to start that newness, right? And that ability to stay strong and balanced. So I love how that kind of worked right there with that second category of temperance. And it is about the balance and the justice and truth and all the things that represent the characteristics of Libra. So we go on to say the words associated, and it's oh, I know what's happening. It's the one that's in Savannah. So I was like, why am I having a problem? I'm so sorry. That's crazy. Let's go to the English, though I am a Martinez, and I wish so much I could speak and read it, just un poquito. So forgive me for that, but we are going into, yeah. So yes, same sign. I did read the date and the times. Hospitality, generosity, reward, winnings, fortune. A gift is reciprocated. Good heavens. Talent successfully applied. Poverty and crisis for those underserving, a foretold betrayal. So see, there's the light and the dark. There's the temperance of life. There's the up and down and all the others I mentioned from the beginning of this reading. That's what this is catering to when you have the Libra, you know, scales involved. You know, they can tilt at any time. We're responsible for a lot of that, not all of it. Keeping in mind, keeping it real. Very, very appropriate. Beautiful, beautiful indications and words associated with this beautiful rune for you. And that's what I felt anyway with that fire there. I mean, you know, it's just going to shine a light and it's going to explode into amazing, endless possibilities for you. So let's go on to the oracle messages, because they are very potent and very, very filled with wisdom. And the first one is the beautiful starseed, as we are all starseeds. Starseed oracle, and it does have a lot of depth, and I have found it to be extremely well versed in the way that it describes what it has to say about the particular message for the day. Yours today, Scorpio, is, and it may last in the remainder of the month. You know, when it comes to spirituality, there's no linear time, but this message is for you to carry in your heart and for as long as you want, and hopefully you'll feel the resonance with it. Okay, so this card is all paths lead home. Inner authority, there we have that fiery aspect again. Intuition, that's who you are, Scorpio. And the Taurus highlighted by it, very intuitive. They go by their, you know, their sensuality and their senses. Turn your gaze within now. Well, I can't imagine it being more perfect for this time with the huge energies of water element happening right now. Absolutely beautiful. Let me read what it says to you, though, because I just love everything about these oracle cards. All paths. It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empaths, and that's what you are, is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within and let that be the authority in your life. I love that. You know, your gut, your intuition will never let you down. It's always there for you. This card appears. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice. This would be the time. It's just perfect to get into the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of at-homeness, and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, and guidance from a place from deep, deep within. I feel like it was just for you, Scorpio. I mean, that depth, the Pluto influence, just this fiery fire, you know, starting with the 9, just having that, basically, you know, still, in my opinion, ruled by Mars as well. So you have both. It's absolutely beautiful. The starseed inquiry for you, though, is how are you being called to turn your gaze within? So I hope that you can relate to that, and that you will hold that in your heart and take it wherever it needs to go. Finishing with the last 2 oracles, though, I pulled in for this month the Healing with the Angels Oracle, one of my favorite decks. And I pull an angel card every day, sometimes more than one. For many years now, I sense angels. I sense the guidance and support in so many ways, and I ask for it. And it comes, you know, it comes in ways different than I would imagine at times, and sometimes exactly as I ask for it. So for you, beautiful Scorpios, and all of your relationships, I would like to pull this card and have you receive the message for today. And for today, you have, it's so perfect, celebration. And that's what I feel for you. I feel celebration. I feel this incredible, well, definitely insight, because that's always a part of who you are. But more importantly, this is willingness to transform. It's just so very evident and powerful within you. And that could be in your relationship. It could be in any aspect of your life, right? You know what it is. And this is a general reading. But you have the full moon. So I would say between today's new moon and the incredible full moon on the 24th of this month in Aquarius, some very, very important decisions and changes will have occurred. Not to forget that we had the 2 eclipses that are still revealing information. And that's about communication and words and connecting and talking and expression and all the things that are so important when it comes to our relationships in our lives, right? And hearing and listening and understanding each other. So celebrate, okay? Enjoy. And I'm sure you have a lot of Cancer friends, probably going to a lot of their parties, so that's a legitimate celebration as well. Keep it happening. We're worth it. You deserve it. It's great to feel good, to be happy, to feel love. And the last, of course, category is the Super Attractor Manifestation deck. And it's about feeling and bringing into reality and tangible, you know, form the life you choose right in front of your face, because you created it and you made it so. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, it's interesting. It's just like this tornado of green, heart-centered, you know, exactly where we are right now in the water element time. When I merge my desire with faith, I can take action from a place of peace rather than control. Now, that is just so perfect. Because as a Scorpio, a lot of times, you know, I have a Scorpio in my chart. I'm not just, I do feel you in a lot of ways. I understand and empathize. I do have this sense of control. It's just who I am. But I love letting that go sometimes and just being with it all, knowing my intuition, knowing my inner self, but just allowing, right? And connecting in the perfect ways. Desire and faith. It's a great mantra, like I always say. It's a great affirmation to say over and over, and it's for you. So beautiful reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made sense, and come on back for the mid-month. It may be another Scorpio Taurus. I don't know, but I would say that it's worth coming back, right? So thanks so much for tuning in anyway. I appreciate you all so much. Have a great rest of the weekend. A lot of beautiful energies coming up in the weekend with this incredible new moon. So thank you. Until next time, take care and bye for now.